Okay, kids, we already heard a few times what glaciers are, but as a part of this book, to keep continuity, we'll talk about it again when it appears in this book, in this chapter. We're talking about the warming and all the impacts we are seeing, and of course, we have mentioned that we are seeing the impact on glaciers in terms of glaciers retreating in the mountains or melting away and flowing into the ocean and so on. So here we can address the difference between ice and glacier once again. But you remember that glacier is something that grows by snow falling and then more snow falling on it next year and the following year and another year and so on. And remember, snow is water, so water is very heavy. And if you keep piling up water, it gets heavier and heavier. So if you are at the bottom of the ocean, or if you go diving, you'll feel the pressure, right? Similarly, you need to keep putting snow year after year to compress it with its own weight, and then it becomes ice-like. Ice is just frozen water, and as you know, when water freezes, it expands in volume, gets lighter, and it floats on water. And in the ocean, if ice forms from seawater, then it rejects all the salt and it's called brine rejection. The other thing you know is that ice is brittle. If you take ice, a cube of ice or a piece of ice, and you tap it with a hammer, it can break into pieces, whereas glacier also can do that, of course, but it is flowing down the mountains and it keeps shearing if you put pressure on it, and of course it flows onto the ocean and can extend onto the ocean. We call it shelf ice, so it's glacier but it's on the ocean and it's weaving around with the waves. We call it shelf ice, and it can break off when the waves become too big and can lift and put down the glacier edge and then break it off. Then the rest of the glacier can slide down when that happens and so on. So the main thing is to remember that glacier is something that grows with compressed snow and can only happen on land, of course, because on water you cannot keep putting snow and more snow on top. Yeah, right? So it will just melt away. So you can form sea ice on the ocean, but on land you can form glaciers, and they can get thicker and thicker and thicker, kilometers thick if you let it grow and if it's cold enough. And it has ice albedo feedback to keep it cold as well. And if it melts, it's going to release all that water back. So you're going to have sea level rise, unlike sea ice, which doesn't raise the sea level, right? See you.